Hey everyone, welcome back to the Oh How Healthy podcast. I'm so happy to have you here. So today I want to talk about what happens when you fall off the bandwagon. Because guess what? It happens to all of us. We all can, go off track a little bit when it comes to healthy eating. Maybe it's all very relative, right? Like one person's way of healthy eating could be someone else's unhealthy way of eating and vice versa. So you're setting those limitations up in your own head. So just know that whatever intention you set for yourself and then whatever you achieve or don't achieve are rules that you set up for yourself. So someone in my insiders group had commented to me and she said, it was harder to get back on track because she felt like she fell off the wagon for a bit, over the weekend. And, it was funny because one of these quotes came to me and I announced to the world that I will be known for saying this quote. And I'm not sure if someone else ever said it before, and I'm sure that they probably have, but there's no falling off the wagon. There's just getting off and having a little party every now and then. And, as soon as I said it, I hope that it made sense to her and to everyone else listening to this. But what I meant by that is, again, these are your own limitations and own failures or successes that you made up in your own head. So if you intend to have a weekend that you're going to enjoy yourself and indulge, you're going away on vacation or you're going to go out to dinner, it's your birthday weekend, and you give yourself some flexibility, then there's really no quote unquote messing up, right? It's just, hey, I'm living life, and life includes wine and appetizers and dessert. So I just want to lay that groundwork but either way, the whole notion of getting off track and getting back on track is what I'm addressing today, and what happens maybe when we veer too much off track, because one weekend or one gluttonous meal or one episode of binging is not going to throw you off track. What will throw you off track and what will sabotage your success and what will cause you to gain weight is when you do it repeatedly over time. And this is why my whole philosophy is enjoy what you want and keep the momentum going, so you're not stopping and starting and doing these restrictive things and then doing these extreme programs and diets and trying to reel yourself back in, because it was it's so one-sided, whether it's very restrictive or very indulgent and vice versa. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I'm going to share 5 tips to bounce back if you did overdo it and maybe you didn't intend to, or maybe you did set the intention to be really healthy and you ended up being really unhealthy. All right, so I broke this down into 3 main categories. There are many different categories and choices and ways to kind of break this up into, but I for simplicity's sake, I'm doing it in 3 different categories. So 1, let's say you came off of a really indulgent weekend and, you feel really, heavy, or you feel really fatigued, you feel really bloated, because these are all symptoms of overindulging. So you can wake up with a thought of, okay, I'm not going to eat today. I'm just going to have black coffee. And I'm going to really work out. I'm going to make sure I go to the gym and just run this all off, right? You can go in that direction. That's one extreme. You could say, you know what? Forget it. I already messed up last night. I had a really bad weekend. It's going to be really hard to get back on track. What's the point? I might as well just go through the drive-thru this morning and pick up whatever. Okay, that's the second choice that you can make. And the third choice is, you know what? I had maybe not the healthiest weekend, but I had fun and I enjoyed myself. And today I'm going to make sure that I have a green smoothie, and I'm going to make sure that I, move my body, not extreme, but I'm going to move my body and make sure I maybe can work some of this energy off, right? All right. So those are 3 general ideas you can lean towards. So which one sounds like the smartest idea for you, the best idea for you, for anyone? Hopefully your choice was number 3. Sounds like maybe the obvious choice. But when we're in that situation, when we wake up after that really crappy weekend, we're like, oh my goodness, why did I do this? All these things go through our head, and we're not always being the nicest person to ourselves. So I'd say to think about it and give a recommendation just like you would maybe a friend, maybe a sister, maybe a daughter, maybe your mom, maybe your aunt, a coworker, a friend who just came to you and said, oh my goodness, I overate this weekend. I was such a pig. I feel really bad about myself. And they ask you, what should they do? And so what do you say to them? Well, you probably shouldn't eat today. Maybe just have some black coffee, and you should definitely go to the gym and run about 10 miles. Or would you say, oh, forget it. You already messed up. Just mess up again. There's donuts in the break room. Or would you say, you know what? Just brush yourself off. Have yourself something healthy to eat today, and just walk it off. So you got to think like that. Think about what you would recommend someone else to do. And so the obvious choice here is option 3, right? And again, it may not be that obvious when we're in that situation, but yes, this is my point that I want to make. This will always be the right choice. The right choice will always be, how can I get back on track to normal, to healthy? You always just want to do the next best thing to get yourself on track, to keep that momentum going. Like I said earlier in this episode, one off weekend of eating, one off meal of eating is not going to ruin your progress. What will ruin your progress is doing that repeatedly over and over again. And even if you're like, well, Jamie, if I, went with option A that you said and just didn't eat anything all day and just had black coffee and really just tried to run it off, the thing is that how many times have you done that before and you said that to yourself, and when it comes to 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. and you're getting your kids' lunches ready, or you're with your friends and there's fries in front of you, or there's burgers in front of you, or there's whatever you can get your hands on, and you eat the whole thing. And, it's just this vicious cycle, and it's about what you're telling yourself and what you're doing to yourself and how you're treating yourself, because this is ultimately needs to be an act of self-love and self-respect for yourself to do the next best thing. So the next best thing, the next smart thing to do for yourself, and this is an intuitive thing. You just tap in with what that intuitive notion is telling you, and it's probably saying, drink a good amount of water, let's have something green to eat, let's kind of brush it off and just move on with our day. And like I'm saying, with this momentum, I mean, this relates to anything. I mean, what if you ended up spending too much money? Do you want to hold on to your money obsessively and never buy anything again? Or do you want to spend the rest of your money now that you spent a good amount of it? Should we just spend the rest of it? Or what if you got into an argument with a family member and you ended up saying something you weren't happy with saying, but you said it at the moment because you were hot and heated. And so should you just call them back the next day and be like, you know what? F you and F that, and just keep the argument going? Or do you just want to ignore them forever and not say anything ever again? This is going to be how you rebound over and over and over again in all sorts of areas of your life and for the rest of your life. And in order to get to any sort of success in health and relationship and finance and in business, you really just have to try to make the best choices repeatedly. And so I know how this feels. And you may be thinking, okay, it sounds really easy, Jamie, but in the heat of the moment, I just really feel like I shouldn't eat anything that day, and black coffee really will make me feel best, or I'm really not hungry. Just try to do your best, even if it's a bite of something more than what you would normally have, or if you're that someone who felt like you mess up and you want to mess up again, maybe you can just do one thing less than you would normally do. You know what I mean? Maybe if you're going to get 2 donuts, you just get 1 donut. Anything is a step in the right direction in this occasion. And also, I know exactly how this feels. I used to wake up and my first thought that went through my head and would dictate the rest of my day is, what did I eat last night? I would wake up, I would feel my stomach, I would think, oh, am I fat today or am I not fat today? And it was obsessive and it was depressing. It was so sad. And so this really hits home when I talk about this stuff. This is stuff that is proven to work. This was the only thing that helped me get to the place that I am now, where I feel really happy and self-loving and self-nurturing to myself, even when I do quote unquote mess up or eat more than I wanted to, or, whatever it is. It's through making these tiny little baby steps and trying to make the best choice that I can in that moment to move forward so I can be better and do better in future weeks and in future days. So I hope that was helpful. And I still have 5 tips to share with you, 5 tips that will help you rebound from overdoing it, because not that it was something wrong, but your body will react in a way that when it has an influx of sugar or sweets or salt or food in general, maybe you have some discomfort or some bloatingness or some, maybe your skin breaks out or maybe you experience brain fog. So either way, I have 5 things to share with you. And step 1 is and this ties nicely into kind of what I just talked about, this whole process of just getting back on track. But step 1 is start with the next meal that is going to be the healthiest choice. And your meal should include greens, to help detox the body, to help purify the blood and just get you giving you the vitamins and minerals that you need to get back on track and feel great again and give you some energy. And a mess up doesn't just mean, oh, you overdid it over the weekend. I mean, you could feel like you messed up because you forgot to pack lunch and you got pizza with friends, or you drank too much juice, or you had soda, or you're just enjoying yourself and you had a Snickers. So, those little things are quote unquote messing up also, and which, to get back on track and to rebound the best way possible is to just start with the next meal. So that means don't go ahead and say, oh, I'm not gonna eat dinner, or, I messed up at lunch. I'm gonna have, I'm gonna go out to dinner. I'm gonna get McDonald's. Don't do that, okay? We want to remove that kind of thinking, and we want to just do the thing that will help us feel and get back on track as quickly as possible. Okay, and then part B of step 1 is jot down why that happened, the quote unquote mess up, and what you can do about it next time to avoid a pattern from happening. So maybe it was you forgot your lunch, or maybe you did pick the soda over, the water that you packed for yourself. Why did it happen? And then how can you avoid it? Just because we want to eliminate these bad habits and incorporate and instill good habits. Okay, tip 2 is water. Drink water. I don't know how to talk, guys. I'm from PA in New Jersey. I don't know how to talk. So drink some water, warm water, cold water. You want to just kind of flush out the system. So drink as much as possible. The goal is to drink half of your body weight in ounces of water. So just water all day long, okay, guys? Lemon water is a bonus. And yeah, that's tip 5, actually. Lots of lemon to your food. So I'll make that tip 3. So lemon is really great. Lemon will help your body not only process any food, it helps your digestion, but it also helps rebalance and recalibrate your body. It alkalines the body. It's just a nice little extra boost that your body might need to help break down that food and give you that energy, because after we kind of eat in an unhealthy way, we don't always feel that great energy-wise, and we're like fatigued and our brain is kind of, a little bit fried. So the lemon water will help. Okay, so tip 4 is load up on fiber. So fiber is anything, that, veggies have a lot of fiber. Oatmeal has a good amount of fiber. Nuts and seeds and whole grains and greens, like broccoli and spinach. You just want to load up on the fiber to help your body digest the food. It will help keep you fuller, longer. It will help balance out what it was that you did eat, because typically, unhealthy food does not have a lot of fiber in it, so your body's going to need that nice balance of food. And also, I like to say that if you ate a lot of sweets and maybe you had too much cake or you did have that soda, try to have something with protein in it to balance out that sweetness, because when you have a lot of sugar and sweets, that higher on the GI index, it will spike your blood sugar. And to rebalance your blood sugar, you want to have something with protein and fiber in it to kind of balance it out. And And if you're someone who, maybe has breakouts or you feel really irritable, it could be because your blood sugar spiked. So you can really help bring it down and balance things out again by having something like chicken and broccoli and, sweet potatoes, some rice to balance it out and bring it back to normal. All right, and then the final tip is have chia seeds. If you don't know what chia seeds are, they're these little tiny little seeds that gelatinize when you put them in water. And what's really great about them, not only are they high in fiber, high in omega-3s and all the healthy fats, but they help cleanse and detox your body. So when they go through your body, since they gelatinize in water, in the body, in the gut, all in your digestive tract, it's going to gelatinize and help take all that yucky gook. I know it's a very scientific podcast here. It's going to take just the bad stuff out with it when it leaves your body. So chia seeds, drink lots of water, have some lemon, load up on your fiber, balance out your blood sugar, and start with the next meal. Just do the next best thing, because you know what, guys, life is bigger than a giant bag of chips. Life is more than just overeating. And again, one episode, one gluttonous weekend, one enjoying yourself or getting off the wagon and quote unquote partying is not going to ruin it, but doing it over and over again might sabotage your success. And you want to keep that momentum going and just keep doing the next best thing, no matter how hard it is. And a lot of this is mindset. When I say journal, a lot of it does come from habits and what controls your habits are your thoughts and your mindset. So if you need support with that, if you need help with that, I'm here. I'm your girl. You can join me in the Oh How Healthy Insiders, where we have so much support, so much accountability. There's weekly coaching, there's done for you material, because maybe you're thinking, okay, I just don't know what to do. I don't even know where to start sometimes or what the next step is. That's exactly how Oh How Healthy Insiders can help you. So all right, guys, that's it from me. I will leave the tips and some links in the show notes so you can go back and check that out if you're interested in chatting with me further or just, reviewing the tips and things that we talked about over there. So, all right, I will catch you all in the next episode. Have a great day.